And now, today we will be checking on another most important part when viewing data, which is data visualization. We know that when you want to determine maybe the performance or how things has been changing, it will be difficult for you to check raw data. So you need to have a way in which maybe that data can be simplified for understanding. So which we are saying that it is data visualization. We are talking about data visualization. And for our understanding, we can say that data visualization is presenting data in a graphical or chart manner that can easily give you the trends. And we know that we have various tools that we can be using to present data after analyzing to give us such an information in different maybe chart formats. But today I will be going through our data visualization tools in Python, and specifically I will be checking what we call a matplotlib. This is a tool that has been used severally in most of the visualization projects. We have one which is running on top of matplotlib, which is referred to as Seaborn, but I won't go deep on Seaborn at the moment. What I want us to have that clear visibility is how maybe we can have visualization in Python. So because we have been discussing about data analysis, and we know that one way of presenting information for clarity and having understanding in a clear manner that you intended for it to solve the problem that the stakeholders had, it is required that we do that visualization. So to go, this is the data that I want us to use. I will be having a simple data, which is in a list format, where I can say that I will be having X data, which is X to refer to X values. I will be having in list form, where I will say that I will have 3, 1, I will be having another one, which is 9, 8. So we can represent this one to be the scores for student. And I can have on Y, I can say that I have labels, which I will use my names, Dominic, as the first one. The second one, I will use my middle name, and I will take the third one to be my third name. So we know that when you are doing data analysis, maybe you are doing grouping, or maybe you are doing group count, you will be having data in such a format. You will be having maybe the group name, and you will be having the group sum results if you are using the sum, or count results if you are using the count. So this one may be to list in a way that it will give some more clarity. This one maybe if we can represent in a table form, we can say that we will be having the name. We will ignore the quotes at the moment. We will just say that we have the name, and that name is having the result 60, correspond to result 67. The other name, Kirui, correspond to 89, and the other one correspond to 94. So this is how basically the results will look like. And now if we say we want to visualize, we want to have now in a chart format, we can say that we can use a pie chart, or we can use maybe an Instagram, but in this case it will be just like the same as using the bar graph or bar chart, because it will be only two items corresponding. So having this data, we want to see how can we visualize now in Python. And right now I will be using the CLI. I will go to the interactive editor in Python, and I will import the library for data visualization, which is the matplot. Already I have installed. If you have not installed, you need to do an installation first. So maybe you will check later, maybe on reference of how you can install packages. So let me import. I'm importing a matplot lib dot. Under matplotlib module, we will be using pyplot, and in this case we will be using alias for simplicity, which we will be using ELT for this case. So the packages will be imported, and once this one has been done, I will proceed to make sure that I have this data of mine within, to have create variables for this data with this in list format, and I will do the same for the labels. So already we have data variables, and we have maybe categorization variables, which are now represented by the names. So what I will do right now is now to do the plot itself. So I will use the alias plot, and I will say now that dot, because I want to plot a pie chart, I will use dot pie. So once the pie will take some arguments, the argument that will is to be taken, first argument is now the values that we are passing. This is in case that we don't want to have the labels, we can just leave the other parts. And after that, I will follow with the labels, which I need to pass the keyword argument labels, and pass maybe the label variable. And after that, if I want to have maybe the values within the pie chart, maybe the percentages within the chart itself, I need to use autopicked and pass maybe the format that I want the data to have. So like now here I will pass maybe to have maybe 0 decimal places, which I will have to use a dot 0 and represent to be a floating point value, and I close that one. So once I press enter, it will create a chart, and now the chart has been created. So let us see what we have. So for us to have the visualization, we can just use the show for now, because we are on interaction mode. So, and now we can see we have this cool chart. We have, this is now the label. This is now the percentage representation on that chart. We have also this section representing the 27% for that section. And that is exactly what we wanted to achieve. So this one will give us the information about the data that we have, and having this, it will be easy for you to get the information, to get the understanding of the data, and now to make decision based on this figures. So, but now, maybe to add on top, we might say that we need to add a title, maybe such that in case that we want to do a save and present maybe in the presentation for the management during maybe the time that you are giving the reports. And that one, it's good to have maybe the representation of the exact title that this data is for this particular point. So I will repeat this step for generation. And after that, I will use a plot dot title, which is a method used for inserting the title. And for this case, I will just say that because it's only for my three names, I will just say that my name results. Yeah, we can use something like that. And from there, we can just go back to show. And here we have my name results. So in some other cases where we might be interested to have the shading on the background, we know that we can still have some styles on top of that. But maybe for the styling part, I will maybe go slightly in to use the seaborn, which we mentioned here as one that has been improved. It is running on top of Matplotlib. And that one will give more of the styles that we might require. So here I will say that I import a seaborn. Let me use alias as SNS, which is normally used by many people to avoid confusion. And now it has imported successfully. So for me to add some styles, Seaborn is having some methods which are used for styles. So for my case, I will just use the set title. Not set title, sorry, set style method. And the style that I am passing here, I want to pass a dark. So we will explore others as we proceed. And I can just, so that one I set. Let me just go back to create to plot. This is to make sure that we have the data in our plot. And let me also make sure that we have the title. And after that, we go to plot dot show. And here it is. But there is something. Let me use the other charts. So that is what we wanted to see in when we are talking about visualization. But for me to have that clarity on why is it not taking the... So let me just go back once. Set style. I use the dark. Let me just repeat it once more and see where we have the issue. Yeah, this is what I want to see. Style dark, and after that I do show. Still there is an issue with rendering of the style, but let me just try to plot. Let me just use a seaborn to plot a bar chart. Maybe I can say diagram plot equal to, and I can say that we use Seaborn for this time round, but per plot. And when I'm using a plot, I will pass the X and I will pass the Y labels. I was using Y, and I don't think that there is anything else that I need to pass. Text from 0 to so there is an issue. So for now, let me just skip that one. Let me just use the count. Not really. Yes, argument, but 2. So that one is positional argument. So here I will just say that X equal to, and here I use Y equal to. So for this case, we need to use keyword arguments. So, and after that, that one will give us the plot. So the next thing that I have to use is now plot dot show for us to have visibility. So that is what we have seen. Now the x-axis is giving us the value, the y-axis is giving us the names, and now we see now the effect or the style that we had. It is already having that gray background. So that is the effect of this section, which we have set style to dark. So that is the basic of visualization, and we are saying that each and every data, after analyzing it, you have to visualize in a simple manner that it will give you the information that you need for you to make decisions that can lead you to the realization of the goal. So we will not forget to say that join us for more and more, subscribe, and you will be getting more information for educational or professional engagements. So welcome, and always stay connected with us. Thank you.